Welcome to the team, you guys. Excited that you guys are here tonight. I see a couple of you in here that have been here before. Great job, because this is all about repetition, learning this business. But first and foremost, I want to thank all of you for being a part of this incredible journey that you're about to be on and that I've been on for a year now. And I want you guys to know you're not just joining a team, you're stepping into a movement that has the power to impact so many lives around the world, not just where you live, but around the world. And that impact starts with you. So let me start with what matters most about this business, and that's your mindset. The way you show up for this business will determine exactly how fast and how far you will grow in this business. And this is the cool thing, you guys. When you decided to take this step, even if you did it 6 months ago and you're back here watching this tonight, you are now an entrepreneur. And that means you guys are building something real, something with massive purpose. And this is your business. This is what you own. You got to take ownership of this. And so if you take ownership, when you take ownership of something, you treat it with seriousness. You treat it with consistency. You treat it with discipline. And you treat it with the heart that it deserves. Like I remember the moment that I said this was my social responsibility to share this with as many people as I possibly could. But in order to do that, you have to learn everything that you can about this business. Now, listen, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to be a doctor. You don't have to be a scientist. You don't have to be any of those things. You don't have to talk about the complexities of the human body. You just need to know what this product does and what your body does. And it's very, very simple, right? We all know if you've been in this business for a few minutes or a few days or a few weeks or a few months, the first thing that intrigued us about this is that our stem cells go dormant throughout our life. And this patch helps wake those stem cells up, which helps you live well and helps you live healthy, long, and young. So you got to learn everything you can. And we provide a lot of powerful resources. Guys, we're getting ready to launch a website that has so many resources on it, not just the X39, but a lot of wellness things that you could share with other people to get them intrigued into this community. The whole purpose behind this wellness revolution is to create a community of people that are aware and awake of what they could do to live longer and to live healthier. So we're going to provide all these resources. We're going to have education. We got a school system that we're launching very, very soon, maybe a week or two more, and this will be launched out. And I want you guys to take the time to go through that website. Take your time to go through that school platform and learn what you can about this business so you can create the success that you need. Knowledge creates confidence, you guys, and confidence will drive momentum in your business. And momentum will create impetus, and impetus is something that just keeps going. In order to do that, you need to show up for these weekly trainings. There are some people on here that have been on here several times. And I would love it if you guys would turn your cameras on. Thank you, Jessica, Priscilla, for having your cameras on. I like to see who I'm doing business with. So if you guys would turn your cameras on just so we can be engaged, that's why we do Zoom, so that I can see the people that are on this call. So we're going to have these weekly trainings. On Monday, we have onboarding. So all your new people, it's really, really important to get your new people on these calls so they can get a quick start. And then on Tuesdays, we have opportunity calls. It's really important to invite people to those calls. I didn't know what I was doing when I started. So I had my upline doing calls because I was trying to learn how to do a presentation. Get on those calls several times, invite people in and ask them what their opinion is of this call. Say, listen, I just started this new business. My business partner's having a call tonight. I'd love to get your opinion on this business that I've started. But I understand life gets in the way. You're not available at 7 o'clock on a Tuesday. You're not available at 6 o'clock on a Monday or a Wednesday night when we have the weekly training meetings. But you know what? We record every single call. So make sure you watch the replay the next day or that night when you're going to bed or the next morning on the way to work. Because every single training you guys are a part of is a step forward in your growth. Every single call is a chance to sharpen your skills, and it's going to help you build belief in this business. Belief is everything, you guys. It is absolutely everything. This product is not just another supplement or a gadget. This technology is going to change humanity. And you must believe that. And when you truly believe that, sharing will become natural. I don't sell anything, you guys. You don't have to sell anything. All you have to do is share. And when that sharing becomes natural, your passion is going to become really contagious. You're going to have a lot of energy behind it and share with everyone. Plant seeds everywhere you go. Get into conversations with every single person that you can. Be a light to every single person you meet. And I'm going to talk to you about how to do that in a minute. And this is the best part, you guys. The very best part of this is you're not alone. You have Jimena, you have myself. We've created a system for you. We've been in this business for 7 years. We knew nothing about this business 7 years ago. We struggled in the beginning, but we have learned how to be successful in this business. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just got to follow the one that's proven to work. That's what we did. We learned from the best people in the industry. We stumbled, we fell, and then we started connecting ourselves with people that were really successful to figure out what their success and how their success came about. Invite people into our opportunity calls. Use all the tools, use the school, use the website, leverage the team. Because this is what I know about this business. This is not a competition. We all rise together. We are here for something bigger than ourselves. My wife and I are doing this for something bigger than ourselves. And I will tell you this. My wife was doing really, really well in another company, and she saw this and she was like, this is what I want to do. I want to impact people's lives. This isn't just about sales. It's about transformation. It's about transforming people's lives. It's about being part of something special, something rare, so rare that it has a patent and no competition in the space. Something that this world desperately needs right now for wellness, for community, and that's what we want to create. Now, let me walk you through your back office so you guys can get really familiar with everything and learn how to navigate it like a pro. I want you to be comfortable with the back office. It's really important to understand the back office and where the resources are, where the tools are, so that you can get in there and understand the reports and understand the pulse of your business. Okay. So I want to go over some really, really basic things in your back office for you to get familiar with. And thank you guys so much for turning your cameras on. I really appreciate it. I love seeing people. It gives me so much more energy in these calls. And Justin, thank you. I love seeing your face as well. Justin is my right hand, left hand. He's actually working on the website right now and doing such a great job. We just met about it. I'm really, really excited to launch this website out for you guys so that you guys have all the information that you need to be successful. And plus, 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 we put a lot of cool things on there for you guys to have. So what I want to do is I want to share with you guys the back office. Let me just get to that screen. All right, so this is what you're going to look at. So when you signed up with a user ID and a password. Okay, and you're going to put that user ID and password into the LifeWave. You can see the back office LifeWave login. Now, this is your business right here, right? So you have an e-commerce business. This is your website. This is where you manage your business from. You're going to have your commissions right here. You're going to have all the things that you need. But the first thing you do when you log in your back office is I want you to update your profile. Now you see we set ours up as an LLC. We'll have a training on our platform that shows you how to get set up an LLC. We'll have it on our website, why it's important to set up an LLC because of all the write-offs. But this is what ours is set up on our business, okay? So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to go in, click on this, and I want you to change settings, okay? This is going to set up your business, okay? And you could go in there and edit your photo, your company name, how you want to be recognized in the company. All these things are editable, right? Your address, your contact information, and then you can go through your profile, your addresses, how you want to get paid, how you want to be notified. If you want two-factor authentication so no one can get into your account and do anything funny, your annual renewal fee, which I already paid my annual renewal fee just now. Secure document upload to upload documents for your compensation. All that's right here. Okay. So that's the first thing I want you to do is to go in there. The second thing I want you to know where it's at is when you go in there and you go to change settings under account settings. The second thing down here, it says build left, build right. This is a binary compensation plan, and all that means is there's only two legs. You can only put somebody on the right and somebody on the left. The beautiful thing about a binary compensation plan is when you put people in, and I put people in, if you're on my team and I put someone in, if you're on my left leg and I put people on my left leg, they go under you as well. And that stacks up and you get paid off of volume that I'm bringing in, which is a really cool thing. Now, in order to get paid, you also have to build volume on the other side to match it. So there's a lot of volume that's going to stack up on one side, possibly. And then on the other side, you're going to have to concentrate on building that leg. But to grow through the organization, what I want you to do at first is just always put one and one and one and one, okay? In the very, very beginning, just to make sure you have a stable. But if you want to switch that, if you put one, you sign someone up on the left, you want to put someone on the right, just hit build right. And it's going to say it's been changed, okay? Very, very, very easy to change those legs, okay? So once you build those two people left, two people right, then I want you to pay attention to volume. And it might be like, my left leg is just growing crazy. And you're going to see your volume. I'll show you that in a minute. My left leg is growing like crazy. I need to put people on my right so that I can get paid inside the compensation plan and make money, okay? This is where you change that, okay? Now, really, the most important thing is subscription orders. If you did not sign up for a subscription order when you signed up, this is really important. Okay. The reason why is if I am building volume in your organization and it's taking you a couple weeks to get up and get some people in the organization, if you don't have a monthly subscription, you cannot be active, right? After 30 days, you're going to become inactive in the business. What that means is you can lose all of your volume. Okay, the volume that I gave you, which is money. Okay, we don't want you to lose money. We don't want you to lose volume. So in order to stay active, you have to have at least 55 PV. That's one pack of patches. Okay, so you started this business. Let's say you started for the 295. You launched a business. You opened a business for $295. I've never started a business for less than $250,000, and it's taken me 5 to 7 years to get my money back. To maintain your business, your rent on the business is your own patches. So you got to spend $99 a month to stay active. To get paid inside of the comp plan, you have to have 110 PV, which is two packs of patches a month. You're like, but I'm only one person. I don't need two packs. Well, you have other pack to give away and let people sample those patches and let them try the patches. Okay. That's to get paid. So in order to set up the monthly subscription, if you have not set it up when you signed up, you just click on this monthly subscription order and it's going to pull this up. Okay. This is our monthly subscription order, right? So we're at $823 a month. My wife does X39, X49. I do the X39 cellular dyes, which is the new product that we take every single day. The Eon patches we wear every day. The glutathione we wear every day. My wife wears SP6, and then I have the X39 as well. And as well as I added the energy patches in here, but I do not see them, so I need to make sure. I thought I added those in there today. Matter of fact, I'm going to do it. So in order to add something to your subscription, I'm going to go down here to the energy enhancer patches. I'm going to click one and then I'm going to update. And it's updating, updating. Let me click out of it. Store, yep, 877.14. So now it updated. Okay. That's how you add a subscription to your order. Okay. Now, how you find your enrollment link. And I'm doing the most important things, right? So you're talking about this business or someone goes to a call on there, you talk about how amazing this batch is. You're like, how do I get it from you? You're like, I just got to send you a link. Well, how do you find your link? You go into organization, enroll new, and then I'm not a robot. Not sure if my internet's slow or the website's slow. It's usually not this slow. Sorry, guys. And then join now. And so up here at the top is going to be your enrollment link. You're going to copy and paste that. Now, if you're on your phone, it's going to show up on the bottom. Copy and paste that and put it in your notes on your phone. So when someone says, I'd like to order it, you have the link that you could just text them very easily through your phone. Now, if they just say they want to get it as a customer, that's great. Go in here, preferred customer program, click on that, and you're going to see this link right here says customer program. You're going to copy and paste that, put it in your notes. And if they want to be a customer or they want to be an affiliate or a brand partner with the company, this is the link that you send them, customer link and the brand partner link. That's how you find your link in your back office. Okay. How to check your commissions. Okay. You start a business. How do I check my commissions? There's a couple ways. You can go to the home screen, and this is going to be like a live tracker. So you can see commissions are on the front page of the thing. Here's your last 6 weeks of commissions here. Or you can click on commissions, and this is going to show your commissions. This is just this week so far, right? So it just started today, Monday. This is how much we made this week so far. And then this is going to be all the ways that you get paid right here. Your bonus. Now, if I go back, so this is your bonus cycle bonus. The comps change. We're going to go over that tonight. It's changing probably August 6th. We'll see if they get everything. Everything's working great. But right now we get paid a cycle bonus. You can click that open. It's going to tell you how much you make off of it. Matching bonus is going to tell you this is anybody that signed up for the business. It's going to tell you how much you made off of people that signed up for the business. Okay. And then this is your customers, retail and customers. This is going to show you right here what you made off of those for that week. Okay. That's where you find your commissions and how you check your commissions. Okay. And then upgrade your package. So we have three, which we're about to have four, but we have three packages right now that you can join the business: a 295, a 535, and a 1750 pack. If you want to upgrade those packages because you get them for extra wholesale prices, you go to store, and down here where you see sales tools, there's going to be one more tab. I've already upgraded when I first started the business. At the time, they called it a diamond. Now it's the uh, premium pack. It'll say when you click on it, it's going to let you upgrade. You can only do this one time so that you can get extra patches for a lot less. So if you want to upgrade from your core package to your advanced package, you just pay the difference. It's not like you pay an additional 535. You pay the difference between 535 and 295 on that package. Okay, so that's how you do it. Go to store. You'll see something down here that says upgrade package. Click on that, and you can upgrade your package. Again, I cannot reiterate enough about leveraging all of our training that we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, as well as our website and our school system that's getting ready to launch here in a week or two. Okay. Go in there. Those videos are 2 to 3 minutes. Just go in there and watch the videos, go through the website, see what the resources are, send people to our website that are interested in the business so that they can see exactly what the business is about. But we're building and investing in all these tools so that you guys have tools that you can use when you're out there, as well as to learn, as well as when you sign people up, you want to make sure that they're aware that this website exists. The other tab in here is education and resources. Right now, under education tab, it's mostly the new comp plan. So there's a new comp plan coming out August 6th. It's actually not a new comp plan, it's a comp plan enhancement, which is going to be a lot better, which I will get into it with you in just a minute. As well as um, over in the resource tab, there's also stuff from the company, information from the company. So just click around this website, really go through each one of these tabs and just kind of start learning what's Cellular evening, when is it coming, about the business, new products, hear from David. This is on marketing. So just go through these and really familiarize yourself with everything in the back office. Okay. So that was a lot of information. I know I'm pumping information into you very, very fast. I don't want you to be overwhelmed. In a month or so, you're going to have all this information. You're going to have everything that you need. Right now, though, I want to talk about the hardest part of this business, and that is talking to people consistently and getting into conversations. That's the hardest part, is actually making an effort and then actually getting into a conversation with people. Most people do this wrong. Most people do this completely wrong and they make it all about the business, all about the product. And that is not how to get in a conversation. Okay. So I always like to talk first when I'm training about what not to do. Because it's really important to understand what not to do before what to do, because you save a lot of time, money, effort, and energy. Okay. So the three things that I want to talk to you about is one, don't talk about the product and don't talk about the business to get in the conversation. Within 2 minutes, that's not what you're talking about. Okay. Build rapport with people, find out about them, talk to them, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. So the things not to talk about, the business or the patch. That's not the first thing you get in a conversation with, right? All right. Don't talk about this being a direct network marketing company or direct sales or an MLM business, because people are going to, maybe you've had a bad experience with it. They're automatically going to think negative things. Don't start with that, right? And the other thing is, don't talk about money. Don't talk about the comp plan. Don't talk about how much money you're making or you're going to make. That's not the first thing that you say. Now, you can talk about that later once you've got them on the hook and you've had a conversation with them. Okay. But what you do is you open up a conversation with leaving people with themselves. And what I mean by that is you know everything about them and they don't know very much about you. And this builds likability and it builds trust with people. And the way you do that is you ask questions and you get to know people. So the one question that I always ask people has to do with their identity. And their identity is what they do for a living. And you're like, well, what if they're a stay-at-home mom? That is a hard job. And that's a job that I would not want personally. I respect and admire women that stay home with the kids because raising children is probably the hardest thing that you could possibly do. But I'm going to talk about that. When they say that, I'm going to say exactly what I just said. Like that is a very, very hard job. I admire you for being a mother and a stay-at-home mom. It is a very, very hard job. And then I'm going to go into the rest of the conversation like I would if someone said that they owned a gym, like my friend that's on here, a D1, right? Or if they owned a supplement company, like another one of my friends, right? If they did that, I'm going to get into it the same way. And one, just see, hey, do you still own it? Right? So I always ask people what they do for a living because listen, I mean, moms spend 16 hours a day doing their job. Most people spend 8 to 12 hours a day doing their job. So it's what they connect with. So if I know them, like my friend that just opened up a D1 gym in Cary, if I haven't talked to him in 3 or 4 months, I'm going to say, hey, how's the gym going? You still run the gym? And then I'm gonna get a conversation. How's business? How's this going? So I'm gonna build rapport with them. If I don't know them, I'm gonna ask them what they do. If they're doing their job at a restaurant, I'm gonna say, hey, do you do anything else? If they're driving Uber, I'm gonna say, do you do anything else? Or is this your full-time job? But this is where the key questions come in, is I ask them when they tell me what they're doing, well, tell me one thing you love about what you do. And a lot of people are not gonna love what they do. They're gonna say, I don't really love anything about it. And at this moment, I'm not going to capitalize on the conversation and go in and talk about the opportunity and say, well, I got something for you. No, 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 I'm still building rapport. Then the second question I'm going to ask them is, well, tell me one thing you would change about what you do. A lot of people are going to say, too many hours. I want to work weekends. I want to work evenings. I like being away from my kids. All the information that eventually this business could be a solution for, right? So those are how I get into the conversation. Now, other questions might come up from that conversation because I'm building rapport. But this is what's going to happen. 99% of the time, they're going to ask you what you do. And that's when you have to be ready for your 30-second commercial. Now, my commercial might be different than your commercial. You can make your commercial like my commercial, whatever you want to do, but you got to think about this. So when they ask that question, you're ready to go. And so when people ask me what I do, I just say, hey, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I currently own over 8 different businesses right now, but the two that I'm most excited about is I'm in a stem cell business and I have a huge financial service agency. Those are the two that I'm really, really excited about. And then they're going to ask me about either one. It doesn't matter. If they ask me about one, I'm going to say, yeah, yeah, that one I really love. I really love the financial service. I've been doing that for 25 years. But I'm going to tell you the one I'm most excited about is the stem cell business. And if they ask me about the stem cell business, I'm going to say, oh man, this is the one I'm most excited about. I'm so excited about this business. It's crazy. And then I'm going to take the patch off my back and I'm going to say, have you ever seen this before? Do you know what this is? And they're like, no, you've not seen this? This thing has absolutely changed my life like nothing has ever changed my life before. Tell me what you know about stem cells. And they're going to say, I know they're expensive or I don't know that much about them. I'm going to say, did you know between the age of 0 and 30, when you were born and 30 years old, that 50% of your stem cells go dormant in your body? Do you know what stem cells do? Do you know what the purpose of stem cells are? One, they keep you young, they keep you healthy, they help you heal, they help you sleep, they help you not have pain, they keep inflammation out of your body. And this is what I'm talking about. That's the only thing you got to know. Not a doctor, not a scientist. But you know what the most interesting thing is crazy? Is between the age of 30 and 60, over 95% of your stem cells go dormant in your body. That's why we see people after the age of 60 decline in their health. Get disease, they get brain fog, they have pain because our stem cells are dormant in our body. And this little device helps stimulate those stem cells through stimulating copper peptide in your body. And I'm telling you, I've never felt as good as I felt that I have right now. And then most people at that point are going to say, well, how much does it cost? Or how do I get it? Well, that's easy. You can get it one of 3 ways. You could buy it retail for $150 a month, which is like $5.30 a day. But nobody really does that because you can buy it for $3 a day at $99 a month for wholesale. Or like me, I'm just sharing it with you and the company pays me for sharing. Which one sounds most appealing to you? And that's how I get in the conversation. But I made the conversation all about them. Okay. So that's how I get into the conversation. It could be a complete stranger. It could be somebody that I know. It could be somebody that I haven't talked to in 3 years and I pocket dial them. Or it could be someone that's a Tom and I call another Tom and they're like, I'm like, hey, Tom, what's going on? How, you still doing this? And they're like, I think you got the wrong Tom. Oh, bro, you know what? I called the wrong one. What are you up to? How you been? I haven't talked to you in ages. What are you doing these days? Oh man, I'm doing this. Really? How long you been doing that? You love it? Tell me one thing you love about it. Tell me one thing you change about it. And he's gonna say, dude, what are you up to these days? Oh, bro, man, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm in 8 different businesses, but the two I'm most excited about right now is I'm in a stem cell business and I'm in financial services. But the one I'm most excited about right now is the stem cell business. Dude, tell me about that. What do you know about stem cells? Just the same thing over and over and over. It doesn't matter. Stranger, someone from the past, it's the same conversation over and over and over. But the important thing is it gets me into a conversation. It allows me to start talking about what I'm doing. But I first want to know what they're doing. So again, the key questions, what do you know about stem cells? And then I'll ask other people questions in the conversation. How's your day-to-day energy? How much coffee do you drink every day? Do I stop drinking coffee? I used to crash every day too. I was addicted to coffee. I had 2 cups of coffee every single day, and I stopped drinking because of the pesticide. Now with the patch, I don't need it. I don't crash at 2 o'clock every day. If I see people in pain, I'll ask them what their pain's from. What happened? We have a patch called LifeWave that will remove people's pain in 15 seconds. Paired up with the X39 stem cell patch and Eon, dude, they'll get rid of their pain and they'll thank you forever and ever and ever. If I see somebody drinking an energy drink or a pre-workout, I'll ask them, hey, what's in that? Do you know what you're putting in your body? You know what you're drinking? They have a can in their hands. I'll just turn around and say, hey, tell me what you recognize in this can. Caffeine, water. What else do you recognize? I don't know. Nothing. You're pouring all that into your body. You don't need that. You can put this device on your back and you're going to have the same amount of energy and just stop putting anything in your body. There's no stimulants, no chemicals, no drugs. There's nothing going into your body. Another thing that you guys can do in this business is you can target other people in direct sales. These people understand this business. How do you do that? Well, there's a lot of wellness companies out there. Go out to DSN. It's called Direct Selling News, and look at the top 100 companies in the world. With social media, you can contact people in Europe, Italy, Germany, wherever. And all you have to do on social media is go out there and search Herbalife. And you could DM them and say, hey, man, I see you're killing in the game, and I'd love to know more about your business. Now, most people will go reach out there and say, hey, I've got a product for you. I want to talk to you about it. They're going to ignore your DM. But as soon as you reach out to somebody in the direct sales space and you say to them, I'm interested in your business and hearing more, they're going to be like, oh, prospect. All right. Well, when do you want to talk? And so I'm going to do the same exact thing, you guys. I'm going to build rapport. I'm going to leave them with themselves. I'm going to ask more questions about their business, their comp plan. What are they doing? What are they selling? And guess what? They're going to ask me, what? What do you do? And then that's when I'm going to say, well, I'm with a direct sales company. I'm with LifeWave, but I'm looking to add something as multiple stream of income that kind of goes along with what I do. And we don't sell those kind of supplements, or we don't sell those kind of things. Or, I like to do, beauty along with this. Does your company allow you to do 2 different companies? And a lot of people are going to say no. And you're like, what? My company doesn't care. Well, why does your company care? It doesn't conflict. You're not selling patches. Why do they care? But I've been able to talk about the comp plan, how amazing the company is, the patent. So I was able to get into a conversation with someone because I made it about them and not me. All right, you guys can use social media. Maybe you only have 1,000 followers. Well, 10% of 1,000 is 100. Maybe you only have 200 followers. 10% of 200 is 20 people. 20 people will pay you $2,000, $3,000 a month in this business. Don't be afraid to use social media. Don't be afraid to do videos. Oh, I'm not good at videos. I'm nervous. I don't look good on camera. Listen, if you want to change your life, you got to change your belief system and you got to change the way you do things. I promise you, you're not as bad on camera as you think. When we take photos of ourselves with other people, the only person we look at in the photo is ourselves. I know this because my wife takes photos of us all the time and she tells me it's a great picture. And then I look at myself like everyone else looks at themselves. I'm like, I look like crap. And she was like, no, you don't. I'm like, you didn't even see. Same thing when we do a video. When we do a video, we're very self-critical of that video that we do. The only advice I would give you if you're going to do a video and you're going to start promoting this business and getting on social media, don't watch the video. Do it and post it because your imperfection is perfect. People would rather see imperfection than a perfect video. That's just how it is. And a lot of times people don't want to do a video because you don't want to be judged. You're afraid people are going to judge you. Well, as soon as those people that are judging you start paying you, then that's when you should start caring. But until they start paying you, I wouldn't care. Your friends and your family. Listen, when I first started this, Darren Mock, he's on this video right now. He's on this call right now. He is one of the first people that I went to about this. He was on my chicken list. He's going to be like, oh, you crazy, dude. What are you doing? He's one of the wellness kings of the world. But your friends and family are also going to be the most critical. And so they're the best to practice on. They're the best people to talk to, but they do know you. And so it might take you a little longer to close them because they want to see if it's legit or not. They want to see if you're going to stick with it. But they're great practice people. What about people you went to school with, people that you worked with in the past? Call them up, see what they're doing. What are you up to these days? What are you doing? I mean, there's a lot of people you could talk to. The other day, I was in the gym with a guy that I signed up. He came up to me. I was like, how's the business, man? How's it going? He's like, man, I just ran out of people to talk to. And we're in the gym, and there's probably 600 people in the gym. I work at Lifetime. It's a huge gym. I'm like, holy crap. You talk to every single person in here? And about that time, some guy comes by and says, hey, Chad, what's going on, dude? I'm like, you talked to him about it? No. I was like, dude, he's got tape. He's got an injury on his arm. Go talk to him. He comes over, hey, you got some patches? He's interested. But you got to get out of here, you guys. Every single person is a prospect. So pull your phone out. Go through all the contacts. Most people have 400 contacts in their phone. Contacts in their phone. I have like 4,000 all the years I've been in business. 4,000 contacts. If 10% of those people come to the business, that's 400. That's $10,000 a month in income. Easy, if not 20 or 30. And like I said, reach out to those contacts you haven't talked to in 3 or 4 years. Pocket dial them. They pick up, you're like, who is this? Oh my God, Tom, I haven't talked to you in 5 years. You can get in the same conversation. But the main thing you guys need to do is you need to patch people. You need to patch people. I was sitting in a meeting last week in Houston. Sees a patch on my ankle. Dude, I've heard about that. I want to hear more information about that. I went to Darren's gym and the girl saw it on my ankle. I've heard about that. But no one has explained it well enough. There is a lot of people, there's a lot of potential. You don't need that many people to make a lot of money in this business. Okay? It's a very, very easy thing. Do not make this more difficult than it is. It's not difficult. You just got to get out of your own way. Okay? Real quick, I want to talk about the comp plan, the comp enhancements that we've had. Okay? I'm going to go through that with you, and then I'm going to open it up for Q&A. So if you want to put some questions in the chat, you can do so. And if hopefully you're comfortable enough just to come on here and ask a question. All I would say is just keep it super positive. We're all positive in these chats, in these meetings. But let me show you the comp plan really, really quick. The comp enhancements that are coming very soon. Let me pull this up. So, like I said at the beginning of this call, it's a binary system. And all that means is you just have two legs. There's two legs. You put left, put right, and then it just grows from there. You don't have to build this unilevel system or this broad system and this deep system. It's just going to continue to grow. So the compensation plan, a lot of things that changes is one, we had structure. Now, that doesn't change till August 6th. Right now, as it is today, you need two left, two right people that enrolled in the business. That's going to help you get to manager. After August 6th, if it goes in place August 6th, there's no structure needed. It's all volume based. So it's all volume, people that buy brand partners and customers that come into business. So to hit manager, to hit director, to hit all these ranks, it's all volume based. Okay. Number two, we used to get paid 20% on customers, and now you can make up to 40% on customers, which is double, right? So it's based on how much production you bring in, but we didn't have that chance before, right? Right now on my PV, I think we've got 9,000 at PV. I used to get paid 20% on that. Well, now I get paid double on that PV. So that's a huge enhancement. And then I'm going to show you there's a business launch bonus. So when you start for the first 9 weeks, you can make a bonus as you hit manager and other people hit manager and when you bring people in. And then on the binary bonus that I'm going to show you, you can make up to $25,000 per week just on one bonus inside the comp plan, which is $1 million a year. Okay. Because it's $100,000 a month. So these are the weekly binary bonuses that you get paid. Okay. And it used to be, and I don't even like to talk about it because a lot of people didn't understand it. It used to be what was called a cycle. So you had to have 330, 660, and that counted every time you had a 330, 660 left and right, you got a $50 bonus. Well, now they just made it really simple. It's just a flat, after you get the three-star director, it's 10% of whatever your lesser leg is. So you have volume on your left, volume on your right, whichever volume is lesser, you get paid 10% of that leg as long as the other leg is at least equal or a little greater than that other leg. You get paid 10%. So, let sake of ease, $25,000 in a week on your lesser leg, you get paid $2,500 that week. And that's every single week, right? So that's $10,000 a month right there just for this one bonus. Okay. Now, when someone signs up in the business and they either get a core, which is a 295, a advanced, which is 535, or a premium 1750, your commissions on that is $35 for core, $75 for advanced, and $405 for the premium. Now, this is the mentor matching bonus and level earning bonus. This one is really, really big, you guys. Okay. So old plan, this is why we call it enhancement. Old plan, we used to get paid 3 generations. All a generation means is if I bring in Darren, he's my first generation. If Darren brings in a prospect, that's the second generation. That prospect brings someone in, that's their third generation. Okay. That's what generations mean. Before we got paid on 3 generations and that was it, right? Everything below 3 generations, you didn't get paid on that. Well, they added 6 generations now that you get paid on. So it went from 3 to 6. But the coolest thing that they did is they did a compression model. And a compression model, all that means is right now on old comp plan, if my first generation, Darren was doing something, and the person that he brought in, the person that he brought in was not doing anything, I made no money. But now the compression plan is, let's say Darren's doing something, but generation two and generation three are not doing anything, they're dead, but generation four or five are doing something, they roll up. So it just ensures that I get paid on everybody in my organization. But what's genius about it is it makes you reach down in your organization and work with everyone because your 6 and 7 leg could be dead. So that means your 8 and 9 leg is going to roll up and you're going to get paid on the people that you're helping in your organization. The other thing is the most I could make off my generation one was 6,250 per week. Now I can make $20,000 per person up to 6 generations in my organization per week. 6,250 on the first generation. Now I can make 20,000 all the way down through 6. That's an insane enhancement. Okay. And then also breakthrough incentives. The breakthrough incentives that they have now, if you hit a 1-star director, it's a $500 bonus. If you hit a 1-star executive in the company, which is the seventh rank in the company, you get a $5,000 bonus from the company. If you hit 1-star presidential, it's $50,000 bonus. 2-star presidential is a $75,000 bonus, and a 3-star presidential is a $100,000 bonus. Plus, they give you a his and her Rolex watch with a blue face with a the LifeWave blue on the Rolex. So a lot of enhancements. There's some other stuff in here. Like again, what I try to do in this onboarding calls, I don't want to confuse everyone. There's also a couple other bonuses that exist inside of this plan, but I just want to give you guys the main ones to understand. The most important thing that you guys could do in this business is recruit people into the business. Okay. So as time goes on, again, I try to put as much information in 45 minutes as I possibly can to give you guys enough information. The more training you guys are on, the more comp calls, the more training you guys will watch, you guys understand this. But what I really want you to understand about this business more than anything else is there is a massive amount of opportunity, and not many people know about this patch. I tell you, when you talk to people about it and you pull it off your back, you're going to see not many people know much about this business. So that's a lot of information. I know I talk really fast. The good thing is these calls are recorded, so you can go back, play it slow, stop it, take notes, whatever you need to do. And then every week we have these calls. So if you miss something this week and I don't get to a question, come back next week. You can ask questions. I'm always available to answer those questions. We have the Telegram chats, we have the WhatsApp chats. So we're very, very accessible for all of you to understand this business. Just don't get overwhelmed. Just take your time. It took me about a good month to understand everything in this business. And then I'm still learning every day. Like they changed the comp plan on me after 9 months of being in the business. I had to learn something new. It's okay because it's an enhancement. So if any of you guys have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself and ask questions. Don't be nervous. There's no such thing as a stupid question at all. Every question, if you're thinking it, probably someone else is thinking it. So please, I want to open it up for questions right now. So anybody have any questions, please ask. Inez, Jessica, I know you guys have questions. Come on. Monica. Are there any questions in the chat?
Nope.
Evelyn, thanks for putting that in there. I think there's
No,
a
por el
question in
momento no hay
Spanish.
preguntas.
No questions at the moment, Jay.
Um, okay. There was a question. Is that a question from Marisol?
No, no es pregunta, estaba comentando
No, she
solamente
was
que
just
no
saying that she
podía
couldn't
encender su
not
cámara
turn
porque
on
está
her camera
trabajando.
because she's working.
Okay, excellent. Did I just do such a great job that you guys have no questions? I would have lots of questions. Priscilla, do you have a question? No? Okay. I think she's working. Adriana? Darren Mock always has questions.
You did a great job. I'm good, buddy.
Thanks. Support for my friends.
Look forward to digging into the new comp plan more.
All right, guys. If not, I get off early tonight and I get to go spend time with my kids. So if you guys have any questions,
Stacy,
listen,
ya
go
Sandra
ahead.
comentó una. ¿Cómo se
Sandra
declaran los
said,
impuestos de
how
ganancias?
can you do an LLC so you can take your taxes off?
So it's a good question. I don't have enough time to explain it, but Justin, if you want to, if you could drop the video in here that's on YouTube about that, I did a trading call on that. You guys can find it on our YouTube channel as well. But what I would tell you, the advantage of having an LLC is you do get to write off, like I just built an office in my backyard. I get to write that off, gas, meals, travel for any of that. You just have a lot more advantages when you have an LLC set up. If you have a meeting with somebody, you take them to lunch. Or if you are traveling somewhere, your car, you get to write off your car. There's a lot of tax advantages. What I would say and what I said on my training is make sure you talk to your CPA about all the write-offs because I am not an accountant, but he will help you with all the things that you can write off. But I do advise setting up an LLC because it gives you a lot of tax advantages in any business for you to write them off. And Justin just dropped the video in the chat right now for that for you guys to watch. But you can also find it on our YouTube channel. You'll be able to find it on our website. You're going to be able to find it on our school system as well, coming up very, very soon. And I want you guys to know, like this stuff that we're building, these resource tabs, they're for you to use, share, and help have your team. So when they're asking you questions, it's meant to be out there to help your team be able to understand the business. And there's nothing on there to sell either. We don't have our links on there. They're not going to be able to find our link anywhere on our website. So it's not like we're using this website for people to sign up for the business. They will have no way to get links from us. All right, guys. It was so good to see you. I hope I get to meet all of you in the very, very near future. Have an amazing day. Monica, you have a question? Monica is on these calls every single week. She has been studying this business and in this business. I'm so proud of you, Monica. Like you show up every week. Thank you. You're on mute. I don't know if you're talking. You're still muted. I see your lips
Oh, I'm on
moving.
mute. I'm sorry. No, I was saying that let me mute this dog that was barking, and I was apologizing
Uh,
for him. He was barking like crazy. So thank
I
God
didn't
you
hear
didn't
him.
hear.
I didn't hear him.
No, I said you did a great job. I don't have questions today, and that you always do an amazing job. So
Oh, thank you, Monica.
that's no, thank you for being so patient with us, trying to learn the tricks for this.
Awesome. All right, guys, have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Remember, we have an opportunity call tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, English and Spanish. So invite as many people as you can on here. And again, the way to do it is just say, "Hey, I'd love to get your opinion on something," and have them show up. I do not share links. I tell everyone that whoever invited them to the call, reach out to that person. We don't share any links. We never ever share anything that people would sign up with us. They have no access to get our links. There's no way to get our links. We do these calls not for us, but for you. I mean, our whole purpose is to serve you guys and help you guys build your business. It's not about us, building our business through these calls. These calls are done for our team, and that's the website was built for you guys. The school was built for you guys. Everything we do is to support you guys. So have a great night, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow night. Bye bye.